I'm gonna give you 7 of the best banded wrestling exercises for strength training, and we're gonna start right now. What's up, everybody? It's Dave Miller from GarageStrength.com, and if this is your first time to the channel and you wanna be more explosive, you wanna be a better wrestler, you wanna get stronger, you wanna improve your freak athlete capability, make sure you like, you subscribe, and you ring that notification bell so that we can help you become a champion. So we get asked this question all the time, specifically by wrestlers, is, Dave, I'm going on vacation, or I'm gonna be traveling, I'm not gonna be in the weight room. I want to still be able to work out, hit some of the specific movements that we work on in the weight room, so that when we come back from vacation or when we come back from that long trip, they're still capable of improving their strength and hitting those strong positions when they get back on the mat. And what we've done is we've put together 7 of our most favorite banded wrestling specific positions to help you guys when you're traveling, when you're away from the weight room, or if you're even warming up for a wrestling match. So that first exercise is the outside step high crotch. We like to use a little bit thicker of a band, and you can do anywhere from 5 sets of 5 to 7 reps. Make sure you take about 30 to 60 seconds rest in between each set, but make sure that you're trying to hit really, really good positions while you're hitting that high crotch. If your high crotch is your go-to move, you can use this exercise as you warm up for a big competition so that you feel those positions and you feel nice and strong and snappy when you step onto the mat. That second banded exercise is running down a double. This is where we're gonna have a little bit more of a moderate intensity band because we're gonna be running down that double. We're gonna be trying to continue our penetration step so that we can hit good positions and finish our big time shots. This is another one, 5 to 6 sets for 5 to 10 reps, anywhere along those lines. And if your cardio is a little bit lacking, I recommend taking shorter rest periods in between sets. You can take 15 to 30 seconds, but make sure that your technique is spot on. And while you're executing these doubles, you've got to mentally focus and visualize what that's going to look like on the mat so that you can connect the work that you're doing with the band when you step out onto the mat, because that visualization is going to go a long way. That third banded exercise is just finishing the single with the band, okay? So one of the worst things to watch in wrestling is when someone's super deep on the single. They're real deep, they're about to score a takedown, and they can't finish that takedown. They lose those points, and oftentimes they might even have a defensive takedown occur to them because they're incapable of finishing that single. So if that's you and you want to get extra work when you are traveling or even at night, in between your homework, whatever it might be, you can hook that band up and now you can do 5 to 10 sets, 3 to 5 reps, trying to focus on finishing that singles so that when you're on the mat in that competitive perspective, you have that trigger, you have that visualized perspective, you've got those positions ingrained in your body so that you can continuously finish that single and score those points. That fourth exercise is the banded down block. So this is going to be a really easy movement to utilize. It's something that you can think about from a defensive perspective. If your defense is on point, now you can react to a bad shot, you can down block, and then you can visualize taking that shot again. So learn how to optimize your down blocks, and using a band to do this when you don't have a drilling partner, when you're away from your training situation, is a great way to improve your down blocks. And this is something that you can do for 10 to 12 sets, 4 to 5 reps, and with 30 seconds rest in between. That fifth banded exercise we like to call Russian curls. And this is something that it's a little bit less specific towards technical movement on the mat, but it's something that you can do, especially with wrestlers. They love to get a nice pump. You know, if you're in your hotel room and you feel like you're not accomplishing anything and your opponent, he's out in the woods and he's training and he's getting a little bit better. And meanwhile, you're rotting away in your hotel. You can make yourself feel better. You can hook up a decent strength band. You can do Russian curls, 4 to 5 sets, 25 to 30 reps. You can get a good pump, and that's gonna help you maintain that strength so that you can take that out onto the mat. That sixth exercise is banded pummeling. And if we can think about this from a perspective of having that good match strength. When you're away from the weight room, when you're away from the wrestling room, you're traveling, whatever it might be, even if you're in an airport, you can get banded pummeling done, and then you can feel a little bit stronger when you're getting into those positions. You learn how to have tense muscles throughout the entire pummeling position. And I believe that you can do banded pummeling with 5 to 7 sets for 20 to 30 seconds. And I like to mimic what you might be doing inside of a match. If you watch a match and the intervals that are going to be happening, it's typically scrambles of 15 to 17 seconds. So if you could sit there and say, all right, I'm going to do banded pummeling for 5 sets of 15 to 20 seconds. Now you can take that, you can apply that to your own training, and it's going to help you when you're in the competition. That 7th easy technical aspect behind using bands is stance in motion. Oftentimes wrestlers forget how important their stance is. Their stance can determine how well they can take a shot. Their stance will determine how well they can defend a shot. That stance in motion and the change of levels is going to help you improve where you're at on the mat and to have better feeling. If you have that band hooked up, now all of a sudden you're gonna feel a little bit stronger, you're gonna feel a little bit snappier, and you can start to calculate when you're going to be on the offensive to score those takedowns. I think stance in motion is important, and I believe most wrestlers should do this almost every single day so that they can visualize how they're going to attack their opponent. I would recommend 4 to 5 sets for up to a minute at a time, but make sure that you're visualizing what that step is going to look like, what those stance in motion is going to be like, how you're going to change your levels, and how you're going to take down your opponent. So if you like this information, make sure you click on this card right here. Guys, make sure you like, you subscribe, you ring that notification bell. That helps us a ton with that channel growth. Until next time, peace.